Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and I'm joined with Miguda and Msimamo. Msimamo, habari gani?
Kaka, mimi nashukuru Mungu, tuko salama, buheri wa afya pande hizi za pwani. Hakika ni furaha tu tena kwa mara nyingine kwa kuwajaliwa tena haswa pumzi kuweza kukutana tena papa hapa kwenye kipindi chetu haswa tuendwa kwenye channel yetu hapa ya Brother Benson, kuliendeleza haswa gurudumu la kulidaravua haswa siasa yetu na mama wanavyochipuka, na pia vile vile kuchukua mustakabali kama wananchi, unaona, wa taifa hili tukufu. Lakini hata hivyo pia kubwa zaidi ni kukikuza hiki kipindi haswa akifike ngazi nyingine. Asante.
Asante sana kakangu kwa hayo, na ndarudi kwako kwa sababu najua tumebakia masaa machache ili tuvuke mwaka kutoka mwaka 2025 tukielekea 2026 nimesawe. Hiyo mzuri. Miguda, habari gani?
Niko salama. Msimamo tafadhali mute. Niko salama kakangu. Naweza sema tu nashukuru Mola. Haijakuwa rahisi mwaka huu wa 2025. Hii ni mwaka ambayo imekuwa na changamoto sana, na hii ndio mwaka pia tumepoteza yule mwanasiasa shujaa Raila Amolo Odinga, na pia tuko ndaka chache tu tuvuke mwaka ujao. Tunaomba tu Mola na pia tunaomba tu Mungu Mwenyezi akisha kwamba tumevuka mwaka kwa afya nzuri, na vile vile tunazidi kuomba afya nzuri na maisha mazuri ndiposa tubadilishe nchi. Ni hiyo tu kwa sasa.
Asante sana Miguda, kwa kweli mwaka huu imekuwa ni mwaka ilikuwa imejawa na vitu vingi sana. Sana sana ni mwaka ambao pia nakumbuka takriban miezi mitatu kabla tumepoteza mwanasiasa mashuhuri kabisa katika historia ya Kenya. Ukiangalia katika mambo ya demokrasia na mambo ya kupigania haki za kibinadamu, Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, tutazungumzia hayo. Labda tu kabla tujaenda mbali sana, nipatie ndugu yangu Msimamo, labda tuseme kwamba kwa sababu tutakuwa tunavuka mwaka wa 2025, labda we ni jambo gani labda unaweza sema kwamba kilikuteka sana, ama jambo ambalo ilikukera sana katika mwaka huu ukiangalia uongozi ambao sisi tuko nayo, ama labda tu kwa mazingira yako ambao wewe unaishi?
Asante sana ndugu yangu Benson, na ndugu yangu hapa na wale wengine wanatusikiza. Mimi kikubwa kilichonikera, labda kwanza nimshukuru Mungu kwanza kwa kutuajalia uhai haswa mpaka kufikia kipindi hiki. Unajua hayo masaa bado tuna mengi mengi anaweza fanya mabadiliko, kwani kumwambia Jalali angalau kumuomba atufikishe pia hapo kuweza kuvuka mwaka na tungia mwaka 2026. So tukiasubiria hayo masaa kiduchu yenye yamebaki. Lakini kwa swali lako kwamba kipi kimekukera 2025, kwanza ni kilichonikera ni viongozi wangu wa taifa, yani kuchukua siasa kuifanya kazi kwao, pato pa kwao, chumo kwao, unaona. Sasa katika hiyo hali mimi imenikera tena sana kwamba sijivunii sasa hivi kuona kwamba labda niko na taifa ambalo linajali, unaona, kutokana na hali ya ilivyo, kwa sababu wanasiasa ni wale ambao wanagombana mchana usiku wanapata. Kwa hivyo kero langu kubwa haswa ni wanasiasa, kwamba kukosa kuona utaifa, basi kuchukua siasa kama ndio ngazi pekee ya kuweza kujulikana, kuweza kujiinua na kujinufaisha, lakini vile vile pia kuweza kuwakandamiza wale wengine ambao wataweza kutoka ndani ya swafi. So kwa kweli kubwa zaidi haswa nililonikera ni hilo, kwamba taifa mpaka sasa hivi nashindwa sasa tushike yumwamini yupi tumwache yupi. Nikiongezea pale pengine haswa ni kwa masuala haswa ya usalama ilivyokuwa, lakini vile vile na kuondokewa Unaona, yote hayo yamenikera, kwa sababu kuna wale ambao ni viongozi ambao sikutegemea kwamba hata siku moja kusema hao ni marehemu, maana walikuwa tegemeza taifa, kama vile vile mzee wetu Raila Odinga, roho yake Mungu ailaze mahali pema peponi. Sikutegemea hilo. Kwa hivyo nitasema kweli ni njia ya sisi haswa, lakini kiupande wetu wa kisiasa na utetezi, basi limenikera kidogo, kwa sababu mpaka sasa hivi nakuta kwamba viatu vyake sasa hivi watu wanang'ang'ana kuvivaa, lakini mpaka sasa hivi hakuna ambaye ameweza hata kuvikalia. Kwa hivyo hayo maswala ndio ambayo yananikera.
Okay, asante sana ndugu yangu. Ndugu yangu Miguda, labda wewe tu swali tu bado ndio nakuuliza wewe pia. Labda katika mwaka ambao tunaifunga leo, labda kuna jambo ambalo imekukera ama jambo ambalo labda unasema kwamba ilikuweko vizuri ambao unaweza sherekea na useme kwamba hapa kweli tumefanya vyema. Pia naona mandugu zangu Judith Karwitha, asante sana kwa jiunga na sisi. Pia naona Goodyear, pia na wasalimia wote. Goodyear, thank you so much. Ayaga alipata barua yake, nadhani akifika atakuja kutoa maelezo zaidi. Miguda, jambo gani kilikukera sana?
Asante sana kakangu kwa kunipa fursa hii. Kwanza kabisa ningependa kusema mwaka wa 2025 imekuwa mwaka wa changamoto sana. Mimi kama kijana mdogo ama kizazi kipya, ningependa kusema tu sijafurahia na viongozi wetu na viongozi wa taifa letu, kwa sababu unapata wakati Raila Odinga alikuwepo hai, kuna wale waliojifanya wa karibu sana na yeye, walijifanya wanamfuata nyayo zake, lakini baada ya kumlaza katika Kanka Jaramogi, unapata kwamba mambo yamegeuka. Wale waliojifanya wako uandani wake kabisa, hao ndio sasa wanamsaliti mchana peupe, tukiona sisi kama wafuasi wake. Sasa mimi ningependa tu kusema tu, hii dunia hauwezi jua nani rafiki nani adui, na sasa ufai kuamini mtu yote juu unapata wale waliojifanya hata wakati wa matanga walipopenda rambirambi zao walijifanya wale wafuasi wa Raila, wale ambao hawatamsaliti hata kwa kifo, lakini kimetoka wazi peupe, hata nduguye mkubwa Oburu Odinga ameona kwamba mambo ni mazuri katika serikali ambaye hizo zilikuwa mambo za Raila Odinga. Sasa mambo ni hivyo. Hiyo ni ukweli, ni vile tu watu pendi kusema ukweli, lakini ukweli ni ya kwamba Raila angekaa aone vile nchi inaendeshwa kama kama shule ya chekechea, alafu anyamaze tu atijua angeshapenduka na angepiga Ruto na sasa hivi tulikuwa tunaimba one term. Sasa mambo ni hayo. Sasa nasema hii mwaka wa 2025 mimi kama kijana mdogo nimesoma mambo mengi, na nasema ya kwamba hata sisi tutaka kuingia katika siasa ni moto manze.
Okay, asante sana ndugu yangu. Kwa kweli ni jambo saa zingine inakupatia wewe unawaza zaidi, uangalie kama wewe mpiga kura, unaangalia siasa ni nini na ni siasa ina manufaa gani katika wananchi. Na pale ambapo mimi labda kama Mkenya ambaye amependa nchi yake na Mkenya ambaye anafuatilia sana maviongozi wake, mimi naona pale ambapo tunakosea ama pale ambapo kosa zetu zote za uongozi zinaanzia ni hapa katika chama. Vyama vyetu hazijakuwa vyama vinaangalia maisha, ama tuseme kwamba zinaangalia maisha ya binadamu ama kuwa maisha ya wapiga kura. Vyama vyetu mimi naona pale tumefika vimekaa ni kama vitu ambao zinapigiwa dalali. Unajua ile tunaita dalali, ni mdalali, unaenda unachukua sehemu yako, ama tunaweza sema kwamba kama wale ambao wanafanya kwa bank, unaenda na cheti chako cha shamba ama title deed, unaipeleka pale bank, unaambia mimi nataka unizawadie pesa hichi, this is the security. That's what I think like our political parties have been, and we are not doing good in terms of our political parties. We are not doing good in terms of the leadership that we have. We are not doing good in every aspect of good governance and good leadership. So that is something that we need to talk about. Hey, Mr. Joseph, how are you doing?
Hello, Brother Benson.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, brother.
I want to greet you this evening. And for me, everything is going well. I'm doing quite well. I want to greet my brother.
Wiki, mute your microphone.
Pardon?
Mute your microphone.
Okay. I want to greet my brother Miguda and Wiki down there, and for the viewers who are watching us today. Nimesikia ukisema kwamba pesa inazawadiwa, mtu azawadiwi pesa, mtu anapewa pesa pale kwa banki. Zawadiwi inamaanisha ni kupewa, unapewa.
Hapa imekuwa ni kama zawadi bana.
Kwa nini wataka tuingie kwa mama? Najua mama, zile sehemu za mama alituambia sisi ni viumbe. So I want to come and do some commenting on the things that have been happening today, but as I've entered, I don't know what you have been talking about. So
okay, all right. We say that we will give you guidance as time goes. We've not gone too much on what we're discussing, but you know, one thing that I want us to look at, and I want us to look at the political parties, and we will be looking at ODM. The reason why I'm benching it, or the reason why I'm bringing ODM on board, because ODM, despite the fact that we've always talked about all these political parties, ODM has enjoyed a long time, especially to be united and as a political party that have structures. But of late, ever since the Right Honorable Prime Minister died, we've seen a turnaround on ODM that we know, where now we have two factions. The other factions in Kiswahili, we call them Mamluki, and there's Washenzi. And remember, all these are leaders within the ODM. They're not even ODM members. They're not even ODM voters. These are the people who have been given the leadership in ODM, where now it has reached a point whereby the leadership themselves in the public are calling their counterpart names, Mamluki, Washenzi, and all that. And this is yeah.
We have not come out from what we had in before, because if I remember and recall very well, we had the Kieleweke versus the Tanga Tanga. You remember it?
And that's where we
are having the same reciprocal of what we had in 2018. And you know, we started 2018, so it's like it is, I don't know what follows us, because that thing started 2018, 2019, leading up to the 2022 election. So it's like we are starting another new cycle of, now even they have bad names. Afadhali zile zilikuwa zinaitwa Kieleweke na Tanga Tanga, sasa hizi wako na Mamluki na Washenzi. So I think we are going through the same kind of rhetorics. I think Kenyan politics don't change. I think vile wanasemaga tu miti ndio labda inabadilika, lakini wanyama ni wale wale. I think that is what is happening right now in the Kenyan political scene.
Okay, thank you so much. So that's where we want to go. And we want to look at the factions, and we want to look for the ideals and the beliefs that the Right Honorable Prime Minister had, especially for the country. Because like ODM is known for fighting for justice and human rights. And something that also ODM has forgotten, that now we don't talk about the 10-point agenda. That was agreement that was signed between the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. And what can we learn about these political parties? So that is something that we are going to start with. And I will start with Miguda, come to Joseph, then Wiki, then I will end up at Msimamo. So we try to, today we try to make our point shorter. Miguda, when you look at what is happening, especially in ODM, where the leaders themselves now are calling themselves Washenzi, and also Mamluki, and also going furthest by some other leaders, especially to attack those leaders that you worked with them before. And all this is happening, and we are headed to the election in 2027. What does this one bring to your mind?
Thank you, Bro Benson. How I wish today we could have time, but it's very unfortunate that today we have a short time and things are very many to discuss. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'd like to keep time. First, I'd also like to appreciate our viewers from the comment section, and also welcome Joseph, Waikai, Wild Democrat, and Msimamo or to the show. First, I'll go direct to the point that from my view, I can sense that ODM actually it is divided, and it is divided, be it ideologically or interest is divided right into the middle. There are people who have shown interest that they can work with Ruto. Working with Ruto is not a bad thing, but now there are people who have gone deep inside and also decided to do contrary to Raila Odinga's wish. That's why I said in politics, even your bro can betray you. In my first submission, like I've said, Oburu Odinga could have make a stand and also listen to the other party, the likes of Winnie, Babu, Sifuna, Osotsi. It could give them a listening here. Not that is already moving on with the team that is supporting William Ruto. That they say. So I can say that according to me, the issue in ODM, it is divided in the middle. There are people who have decided to call others Mamluki, others are being called Washenzi, and we have seen the Washenzi people taking their position, like Junaid Mohammed have just said that he's going to be the chairperson and spokesman for the Washenzi, and Edwin Sifuna might be the chairperson of Mamluki. So according to my view, this is just political tension in the ODM, and it's very normal when now, you know, we haven't witnessed such things before. Initially, when there was somebody who have a different opinion or divergent, he used to be kicked out or chased away from the party. But right now, these divisions are within the party because the team of Sifuna are calling for the NDC, National Delegate Convention. But the teams of Oburu, they are not ready to listen to anything like NDC. They just want to go what they want to work with the Ruto without even consulting the people. So in my view, I can just say I'm sure and I'm certain that ODM is divided, and that's the way to go. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. And you know, despite ODM being divided, I've walked through the comment section and I've seen quite a number of very notable leaders, especially those from the Luo Nation, and they say that let me go tribal. And when they say let me go tribal, they say that how can Edwin Sifuna come and lecture our leaders? And you ask your question that who are these leaders? If we are to go tribal, then you could question the tribe of Junaid Mohammed. You know, you can question that. And when are we, as the people of Kenya, going to run away from the politics of tribalism, whereby if something happens, then one thing that we have to invoke is about our tribe and our political parties. Because from the look of things, that ODM right now, from the comment section that if I was reading through the comment section, he's losing that national identity and is now being perceived as a Luo political party. Let me take Wycliffe, Democrat. What do you have to say about what is happening with ODM? And I want you to put into the context of ODM as a national party, and also ODM, whereby the leaders now have regrouped and or have grouped themselves into two categories: the Washenzi and the Mamluki. Wycliffe, are you there? Wiki, are you there? Okay. Seems like we are not understanding one another. Maybe I cannot get me, but I can. Wycliffe, are you there? Wiki. Okay. I know you. If you get time, you will come back. Mzalendo. Sorry, not Mzalendo. Msimamo. Sorry, pole. Ukiangalia yale ambao, if you look at what is happening, especially in the public domain. And these are the leaders who are owning positions in this particular political party. And they cannot come out and solve the issues or call abrupt meeting and say, hey, this is the way we have to go. And they are doing it into the public. What does it one say? Wycliffe, can you mute your phone, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you mute your phone?
I'm mute.
Okay.
Maybe you can go past. I think he's back.
Okay, asante. Kwa kweli siku zote tunasema mwenye kuozesha mnyama ni mwenye mtego. Umetega mtego, hujarudi hapo kuangalia umekamata nini, unaendeleza mwezi. Ukifa pale mnyama ameishikwa kitambo mpaka ameoza. So muozesha mnyama siku zote ni mwenye mtego. Na kwa nini nazungumza hivi? Ni kwamba hapa tuko na party leader. Alright?
Yeah.
Na hawa ni watoto wawili wanagombana. Lakini huyu anasema huyu ndio huyu anauza, huyu ndio ameanza huyu. Unajua kama mzazi hapo unataka utumie akili ya busara, kwa sababu tukio linapofanyika maybe wewe haupo, na kuna uliza huyu anakuambia huyu anakurupia huyu, ama wamekuja wote wanakurulia huyu kanianza kunikata kibao na mimi nikamkata kibao huyu. Unajua yahitaji wisdom sana kuweza kuweka sawa hawa watoto. Lakini sasa kile kinanishangaza hapa, mwenye anaonyesha huyu mnyama ni party leader. Party leader obvious vitu vyovyote vile huyu tayari ashamezwa. Sasa unajua nguvu ya maji siku zote ni mawe. Kama mimi nimekamata huyo kiongozi alafu wewe mwingine ni nani? Unaona? So ODM hapo ndo imefail. Kama party leader angesema watu nyinyi ndio achiwa mikononi mwangu, sijakuwa na maamuzi, na atoka na sauti kama ilivyokuwa baba anatoka na sauti, asema hapana, msimamo wa chama utabaki huu. Lakini unakuta ukiwa na watoto hao unasema msimamo wetu kwa hapa mpaka 2027. Ukiwa na hawa nao unasema ni kweli, lakini lazima this time around tutengeneze serikali. So hapa kunakuwa na kizungumkuti kidogo kaka Miguda, na ndio maana nikatangulia kusema kwamba hili ni dau, nani anaelekeza kuliko na anaelekeza kusikia. Anataka kusikia hiyo anaongea.
Wycliffe, can you please mute your phone? Mute your mic, please. Okay. Can you please mute?
Okay.
Okay, msimamo enda.
Yeah.
Okay, umemaliza msimamo?
Bado. Okay. Bado nataka kumaliza. Ndio maana nikasema nikatangulia kusema kwamba hili ni dau sasa hivi. So kuna wale ambao wanaelekeza ufukweni na kuna wale ambao wanaelekeza kwenye mwamba. Mfano, kwa nini nimezungumza hivyo? Unajua ODM ni chama cha kitaifa. Na kama ni chama cha kitaifa, ni chama ambacho kina uungwaji mkono taifa zima. So ikiwa ni maamuzi basi ya chama, lazima kwanza yawe na tija ya kuweza kuunganisha ule umoja ambao mzee ameuacha. Na ni kwa jinsi gani ya kufanya hivyo? Ni kwa kuweza kuwashirikisha kikamilifu haswa wanachama, si viongozi tu pekee, kwa sababu pia wanachama wana vile ambavyo wanaona chama chao wapi kielekee. Swali langu ni je, katika tuanze huu mgogoro wa mvutano since mzee aende ama mzee aage, kweli hawa watu wameweza kukaa na wanachama kuonyesha kwamba kuna ule uungwaji mkono na kuna ile sauti ya mwanachama ambayo inasikizwa na hawa viongozi? So kwa jibu la haraka hakuna. Wamegawana makundi mawili. Kundi moja nasema sisi tuliachwa hapa. Tukitazama misingi ya hawa wanaosema tumeachwa hapa, wana insist wananchi wakubali waliachwa hapo. Na kuna wale wanasema tulikuwa na mkataba wa 10 agenda zilizo implemented, failure to which tujipange 2027, lakini hatuna zaidi ya makubaliano zaidi ya hapo. So unakuta na wote wanaeleza wale wananchi. Unaona? So hapa leo fungwa kati siku zote wanasema ni mwananchi hapa. kwa sababu wanazungumza hivi wana wafuasi, hawa nao wanazungumza hivi wana wafuasi. Je, hatima ya chama ikitakuwa wapi? Ndio maana naungana na kaka aliyotangulia kusema hapa kwamba chama kwa sasa hivi kimegeuliwa, lakini je, nani wanatuelekezea kuliko na nani wanaelekezea kusiko? Ndio swali ambalo tunabaki kubaki nalo sisi kama wakereketwa ama kama wapenzi ama kama nyamba wapenzi wa kichama, kwamba hawa hata kama wana maneno mazuri wanaona tu power, kwa sababu hii imegaweka mara mbili. Kuna wale wanaona power kwamba ni wakati sasa na sisi jamii, sisi kwa sababu tumetoka mbali, tumekuwa upinzani muda mrefu, tumefanyika haya, lazima na sisi chama around kiwe vile tubaki kwenye power. So kama ni power, ina maana hata kama ni kubaya, kuna ubaya wowote kaka yangu Ben, kuna ubaya, hauna shida. Kama kuna corruption, kuna shida. Cha msingi ni kutengeneza serikali. Sasa ndio hapo nasema ni nani anaelekeza dau kuliko. Asante.
Okay, asante sana. Unajua jambo ambalo labda unaweza pata kwamba inakera zaidi. Mimi siwezi amulia hizi vyama ambapo zimo niseme kwamba tuko na chama cha ODM na UDM. Siwezi kutoa maelekezo ama kuwapatia mawaidha vitu ambazo labda wanafaa wafanye, lakini mimi kitu ambacho najua, kama uko katika nyumba na unapata kwamba kuna watu ambao wanazungumuza kwa lugha tofauti ama watu ambao wanataka kuchukua mkondo tofauti, itakuwa ni vyema kama mzee wenye nyumba, kaa chini, waandike yale maneno chini, useme hii tunakubaliana, hii tukubaliani, hizi tunakubaliana. Alafu unakuja kusema kwa haya ambayo hatukubaliani, ni njia lipi labda tutachukua ili tukuje kukubaliana, ili tuzungumze kama chama ambayo ni chama cha kitaifa. Kwa sababu kwa kweli inaidhirika wazi ama inaonekana wazi kwamba kuna wale ambao labda walikuwa naongea juu ya vyama ama kutengeneza makubaliano bila idhini ya za chama, ama wale ambao wako katika viongozi wa chama kujua, ukasikia mambo yakasemekana hivyo. Lakini sasa wacha tukuje niulize ndugu yangu ambaye ameingia. Mbona hii ya washenzi inaenda sana kuliko ile ya mamluki? Inamaanisha kwamba kuna wale ambao wakiita wenzao mamluki iko sawa, lakini kuna wale ambao wakiita watu washenzi unapata kwamba inakuwa ni maneno ambayo sasa inaenea kwa kasi sana. Wycliffe, wewe unasema vipi?
Brother Ben.
Yeah. Unmute.
Yes, Brother Ben.
Yesema, nakusikiza kaka.
Yes, the issue of washenzi and okay, let me introduce myself to those who doesn't know me. Yes, I'm called Wiki Democrats. I'm the chair of People's Assembly, Mombasa County, and I'm pleased to join this show today. The issue of ODM and the rackles that has been witnessed in the ODM fraternity, I think it is something that is political. And if we view this in political perspective, I think there is a division. There was a division even before Raila passed on. That's why people like Sifuna and Babu Wayne, they started to criticize other leaders when Raila was still alive. We can recall very well when Raila and Sifuna they had a meeting at Western, where Raila actually praised Sifuna over the sentiment that has been he was accusing other political leaders. So it is not something that started recently. Now that Raila is not around, I think that has given them another potential attack to engage others in a political battle.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
That's okay. But like, what I want to know from you is, what is your take? As you say that you are a Democrat, and I still do not know the party where you are. But we are just asking ourselves, like, if this is ODM, if they know they have a problem and they have the party mechanisms and the party structures, What is so wrong if they
Let,
can
let, let,
sit down?
let me clarify something to the members. First of all, we cannot run away from the fact that politics is all about interest. Whereby
Okay.
now, right, every person you have witnessed, even this guy, this adopted son called Salah, wants to be the kingpin of Luo. So it is all about political interest. Where do you feel? Where do you feel your interest is being catered? As things goes, I told you that there was a sharp division between the two parties, that is opposition, and within the ODM. I'm talking about the ODM fraternity. Between the ODM, there were some people who see themselves as the elites, and the others seems the others like political danders. So that's the problem. Because as we speak today, we know that ODM is divided. That's a fact that we cannot run away from. For the first reason, you can see now we have ODM Ruto and ODM. Those who are supporting the government are actually those who are benefiting from the government, because they got some political seats there. There are some seats in the government because of political seats. And if you see those who are now making noise or criticize the government of William Samoei Ruto, there are those who are out. They never got in any position. Take an example of Babu Wayne. Yes, he wants to ask the public, am I not fit, or am I not qualified to be given position in the government? It means that the guy felt that being that he has worked with Raila Odinga for many years, even if it come to consideration, he was the first person to be given a slot in the government, of which Raila and his party, his team, never gave him the chance. And Babu, and if you talk, even if you go into details, how Sifuna has been criticizing the government, I think as a Democrat, Babu Weno is someone, Sifuna is someone who speaks his mind, and whatever he has been saying, we as the people, I as the Democrat, I think Sifuna is speaking his mind without any political backup. Any question?
Thank you so much, but I just want to draw to your attention, I don't think Babu was asking position in government. If I'm not wrong, Babu was just asking about the positions of ODM, especially when the ODM was celebrating.
No, that's when Raila was still alive. The position he has, the position he has in ODM, that was in Mombasa. But when Raila, there is a clip, though I don't know, I'll search it and send it to you. When Raila was still alive, and when CSS were being appointed, Babu Weno talked in a vernacular language. Understand? He talked in vernacular language.
No, I will disagree with you. I have a point of departure with you. Ever since this government was formed, Babu Weno has never been part of or demanded for any seat, but I know he has always advocated for himself to get a seat in ODM, but not in the Kenya Kwanza government. I might be wrong, and somebody might correct me if I'm. This is what.
Speak in vernacular language.
This is what somebody is telling you here. No, Babu Owino asked for a seat in ODM, not government. This guy must check his facts. Yes, Msimamo. Then we can go to Miguda.
Ya kidogo nashindwa kuelewa. Sema kwamba tofauti zilikuwepo hata wakati baba akiwa hai. Kile nashindwa ni nashindwa.
Let me, Msimamo, just hold on a little bit. Wycliffe. Okay, there you go. All right, Msimamo, go ahead.
Yeah, kile nashindwa kumwelewa, nasema tofauti zilikuwepo hata kabla mzee kuaga. Sasa swali langu ni je, akiligawika mara mbili? Kwa sababu tofauti zilikuwepo. Na kama hakikugawika ama kimegawika, je, wakati huo na sasa kipi kinawazuia kurudi pamoja kwanza, kusoti shida zao kwanza, ndivyo hawa wageni wanaokuja kukiwania at least wakiombe sikujipendekeza. So ndio nimuulize hili swali tena.
Pole msimamo.
Gawika mara mbili, hata kama tofauti zikuwepo ndani ya chama. Je, chama kiliweza kugawika mara mbili kama kilivyo sasa?
Okay, asante sana. Mimi nimekupata vizuri, sijui kama kuna tashwishi na mtandao. Miguda, let us not hide in vernacular language. That is one of our viewers is just checking the facts. Okay, this is what on the comment section, Baba defended Sifuna. Baba defended at Sifuna for attack dogs in ODM members. Gibson Corner, let me see another thing here, another who tayari isha gawika, wenye tumbo wako na Ruto, wanyonge wako na wananchi. Sawa, kweli mimi nimekubaliana na wewe, kuna mgawanyiko mkubwa katika chama cha ODM, na hata jana tuliona. Na ukitaka kujua kwamba kulikuwa na mgawanyiko, kama Abdu Swamar ni governor wa Mombasa na tuko na Osotsi ambaye anatoka Western Kenya, lakini yule mtu alipatiwa barua ya kusoma ya party chairman alikuwa governor kutoka Mombasa ambaye ni party leader, na the same time we still have party leader who is coming from Western. So itakuambia venye mambo iko. Miguda, labda tu wewe nataka kusikia maoni yako. Juzi Orengo alikuwa na mazungumzo ama alikuwa na mahojiano, akazungumzia jambo ambalo linaendelea hapa katika ODM. Akasema kwamba wasipochunga itaonekana kwamba ODM itakuwa chama cha eneo fulani. Kwa mfano itakuwa chama cha eneo la Nyanza. Labda wewe hapo unaweza sema vipi? Hey Joseph, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, thank you, brother. Sorry, I had to engage some things. Sorry.
All right. No problem. And I will just ask you this question because I was supposed to go to Miguda. Orengo had an interview the other day, the governor for Siaya. And from his interview, from the look of things, he was saying that the way things are going on, is afraid that ODM might remain a regional party based on what is happening within ODM.
Yes, brother Benson. And I think for him saying that is going to be crucified very soon. He's going to be crucified. I'm double sure. It's going to be crucified in politics, not the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, like the one for Jesus Christ, but he's going to be crucified. Yeah, I think people who analyze politics understand what I'm saying. And ODM is going to remain a regional party if they are not careful. And I see Miguda is here. So I think he's going to tell us what is their way forward. Because if they continue with the monkey business they are doing right now, Brother Benson, you know, for once, who is the chairperson of the party? The chairperson of the party comes from Homa Bay, who is Gladys Wanga. The party leader we know is Oburu Odinga. And then we have 3 deputy party leaders. One comes from Kisii. Another one comes from Western, who is Otsotsi. And then we have one who comes from Coast, who is the governor, Abdu Samwade. So I think if the Luhya community, because yesterday if you saw, I'll not say wholesomely, but I'll say the people who are in that congregation and that meeting, they had one thing in common when they were talking, apart from the 2 people who are in the government right now. All other speakers you heard, they were talking about one thing, and that was Luhya unity. And when it comes to Luhya unity, there is too much gapping that is happening with the ODM, which is at Luo Nyanza, and the one which is at Western, because some of the leaders from Luo Nyanza, they are saying that they are supporting broad-based government. But most of these Westernian leaders, they are saying that it's their time to be able to lead the country, and they need to be in the government next time. And what they are saying, if you have them correctly, they say that Wetangula and Mudavadi, they are looking to become presidents in 2032, so they cannot follow what they are saying. So they are going to follow their own path, which is 2027. So I think if there is a time that has come that ODM is going to be in hot soup, is this one, because those guys. Yesterday I was talking here, Brother Benson, and I said they don't want to leave ODM. What they want to be chased away, and that is one thing they are looking forward to. And I can beg with the leaders from ODM who are championing for broad-based, they be very careful when they are going to deal with these guys. This was not the time that we had Raila Odinga, and when he's dismissed the likes of Akina Magerel and Ababu Namwamba, and they went and nothing was felt. This time around, Baba is not there to protect them, or Baba is not there to deal with that issue. Right now, it's them to deal with it, and nobody can. Oburu is a party leader, but I don't see him like the way Raila. Raila was handling ODM in a kind of way which was very, I not say with grip, but with maturity. You could see even the decisions that he was making, and why what the problem is, Brother Benson.
Yeah.
Why they cannot try to chase these guys? They are trying all means, because Raila had endorsed Sifuna and said he is the Secretary General when there was those infightings in the party. So what will happen if they try to chase these guys, Brother Benson? I foresee a walkout in ODM, which will be very it will be very dire, because if those leaders from Western, they are going to walk out, who is going to remain there? And in Kisii, the politics now is very is very high octane. In Kisii, the politics in Kisii is not easy, even for the like of Simba, Arati. It's not easy, because in the emergence of Kisii right now, they are looking forward to how they are going to make the government next 2027. So they are not in a joke right now. So I don't think even the governor of Kisii himself is going to redeem himself in this. That's why you are seeing. And I can also hear that coast people are trying to forge their own path. Now the problem is everybody is trying to forge their own path. You hear the Somali people are trying to say we need our unity. You hear the Turukana, we say we need our unity. Everybody is saying about our unity, our unity, our unity. That is the problem that will come in. And if people start to say their unity, it will be very hard for them. Now ODM was a national party. When we start to bring this unity of communities, it will no longer become a national party, because, for example, if I don't feel our needs as Luyas are being met, now for example, Brother Benson, all the developments have been taken to Luo Nyanza. And you heard Kwamboka saying that they are not receiving development in Western, and they are feeling aggrieved because they have been supporting ODM for a long time. So these are the challenges that are going to happen within ODM, and it's going to be very dire. So I see a place where even Akina Sifuna, if they try now, what they can do, they can try just to broker ODM to become two parties. That is the only thing it can happen. It will be like UDA. You remember I told you, not UDA, it will be like Jubilee. You remember the way Jubilee was split between Tangatanga and Kieleweke? Because nobody can chase Akina Sifuna and Otsotsi. Who has the power? Only the party leader. Will the party leader like to chase Sifuna and Otsotsi out? And you see, even I think the family of Raila Odinga is supporting them, because it's true. If you see Orengo supporting Sifuna, it means also Winnie is in support of Sifuna. So we need augur well with the family of Raila Odinga. Some people say that the party is not a family thing, but don't forget Raila was a man, and he had kids. And we always talk with our mouths in the other side, and the other side we talk with our, Ogondo Were died, and his son became the MP. So how can you come and say that Winnie will not take the mantle of his dad? You see, so we cannot talk in one mouth like this, then we talk another mouth like this. So Brother Benson, I foresee a place that there will be war, but I don't see a place where ODM It will be split, but watatolewa. That is what I oversee, but I don't know. That is just my view.
All right, thank you. Let me, because like I was asking Miguda, thank you so much for your submission. And Miguda, I just want you to paint for us a picture based on what Orengo the other day when he had the interview. He was very afraid, especially that first of all, the ODM will lose its identity of what is known for, and secondly, it will be reduced to a regional party. Do you foresee that based on the wrangles that are happening in ODM?
Yeah, what I want to say is that ODM, some people think that ODM was a low political party or has been a low political party. Remember, ODM has been a strong political party in the country, in the Kenyan state. That's why people are talking about ODM. It has been a strong political party for the entire nation. People like Ruto came from ODM. Many people, I remember ODM has gone even in Wajir. It is all over parts of the country. Most of the, and even in the members of parliament, there are many, even governors, there are many. That's what we call ODM. But there are some people who have reduced ODM to a regional conversation, whereby they want it to look like ODM or a low party. When Orengo talked about ODM going to be reduced to a regional community, it is not further from the truth, because the people who are handling ODM right now to William Ruto, those are the facts. They're the people who are selling ODM to William Ruto. They are reduced to regional leaders like Wanga, Junet. They're coming from Nyanza. Now they want to take it to Ruto. And whenever they're being accused of such things, they also re-accuse other people. Like they're saying Uhuru Kenyatta, they're saying many things. And they're also saying about, let us talk tribal, those fans from Kisumu. But my Junet is not a Luo, Junet is a Somali. So Junet cannot discuss the matters affecting Luos at the national discourse. Who permitted him
if people have to go tribal?
Such matters? Yeah, that's according to the views of the president, not me. Me, I haven't gone tribal. I'm just saying how people are saying if they are tribal, Luos things. Some saying if that is the case, who is Junet to discuss the matters of Luo at the national? That is a Somali. That's according to those people who went tribal, not me. But as for me, I embrace everybody. Remember me, I voted for Junet, so I can say nothing like tribalism. So I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that when we discuss these issues of ODM is going to be reduced into regional because of the characters of Junet and the friends who are trying to sell the party to the Mr. President. But you find out that there are people, they are telling you that, there's this excuse that if you oppose the proposed government, they are responding to you. Do you want us to go to Gachagua? Who said we are going to Gachagua? Who has mentioned Gachagua? And when people are saying ODM is not going to support William Ruto, who said Gachagua is the option? We are saying ODM at its capacity can as well fill a presidential candidate. And if they cannot, they can discuss with the like-minded partners to form a coalition. But each and every time you try to bring that conversation, they rush to respond to you. Do you want us to go to Gachagua? But the question we are asking between Gachagua and Ruto, who is an angel? They're the same people. Gachagua is Ruto, Ruto is Gachagua. These people are same people who have done similar crimes before, and they have worked before what they have done in 2017. Gachagua as well is the same. So to me, I can say not that people should not go to Gachagua or Ruto. Ruto and Gachagua are the same. So what I'm trying to say is that when people are saying that, the effect is that ODM is going to be divided because of selfish. If ODM could just turn the state of time, they could have remained a united political party, because this is the first time ODM is not going to be in government, or ODM has never been in government before, let me say so, in the past for a quite long time. But ODM has always stand strong. So what Orengo is trying to say, it is better to remain a strong political party to retain your identity and values than divide yourself because of some few individuals who are selfish, who are trying to sell the party. So I can say, to me personally, I can argue that when these people decide to split, there is going to be emergence of new political party. And let me tell you, the people who are advocating for ODM in Province government, they are not popular. The people who want to kick out are the popular people. If you remove Babu, Sifuna, Winnie Odinga, and Orengo, and like many people, where is ODM? ODM is not more. And let me tell you, people might just ignore this issue, this stance warning. When we appeal that let us go to the NDC, whereby everybody, the branch members, the delegates, can be consulted on the way forward, they have declined. And they have said the leadership structure will discuss the fate of the party. But remember, Sifuna is a leader of that party. But why are they discussing without including Sifuna, Osotsi, Arati, Abdulsama Sharif? So they want to compromise Oburu to speak on the behalf of the ODM and the Luo people. That's why, to me, I tend to agree with Orengo that if that is how they are going to run the show, ODM is going to be reduced, but to a regional party. But even the same community will find a way out of that nonsense, which some few people want to present to the community because of self-interest.
Okay, but Miguda will come to you. But this one I want to bring it to Msimamo. Let me come to Msimamo and mi nataka kukuuliza swali. Ukisikia baadhi ya viongozi ambao wanaongea ni kwamba wanasema sisi hatujakuwa kwa serikali na this is the best government yenye wamekuwepo ndani. Sasa swali ni je, tukisema kwamba sisi tujakuwa kwa serikali ni ya ODM ama tu ya sehemu fulani? Kwa sababu tuko na chama.
Ndugu yangu, kwanza mimi nachanganyikiwa hapa, na msema kweli ni mpenzi wa Mungu. Jamani, kwanza mimi kimtazamo wangu si wakati wa kusema tunang'ang'ana power. Kwa hiyo yote ambaye anasema lazima tukiwa ndani hapa, yeye ndio beneficiary wa hii serikali, si mwananchi. Tusiongopeane hapa na kudanganyana. Yoyote sasa hivi ambaye anasema lazima tuwe kwa serikali, yeye ndio beneficiary wa hiyo serikali. Lakini anatufumba tu kitambaa kwa sababu wajinga inasemekana waliisha hati. Lakini wanajua wajinga wapo. So kwa kweli tuna azimu ambalo ni muhimu. Kwanza kuna mambo ambayo haswa kama viongozi wanafaa kuyafuatilia mbele, na hayo ndio mambo alikuwa imesimamisha ODM miaka na mikaka, kwamba ni chama kitetezi cha mwananchi, chama ambacho ni mtetezi wa mwananchi, chama ambacho ni sauti ya mwananchi, kwa sababu mambo mengi ambayo ilikuwa inasimamia chama ni kwa ajili ya manufaa ya mwananchi. Nao kile ambacho kinanishangaza mimi Msimamo ni kwamba tuko ndani ya serikali na ni wakati wetu, kwa sababu hatuwezi jiunga upande ule, maana kuna fulani yeye yuko pale na sisi. It's a matter na blaming game, but to me Benson ni kwamba whoever anatuambia tuko ndani, wacha watu wa ODM. Yoyote kiongozi yoyote yule popote yule anayemwambia mwananchi sisi tukiwa hapa tuko salama ndio tunapata maendeleo, huyo ndo ambaye anataka hayo maendeleo kupitia sisi. Kwa hivyo mimi kimkutani nikimaliza ni kwamba hawa wote wanaosema sisi tuko ndani hapa na wako mbioni, tuwatazame vizuri, kweli wanamaanisha kwa ajili yetu ama wanamaanisha kule? Kwa sababu kama wanamaanisha kwa ajili yetu, basi katika hili ambalo tunaliona kwamba ufujaji wa hela hauna kipimo na hazungumzii hilo, si wetu. Asante.
Alright, asante sana. Mi naona hapa Moses Kuria amewaomba radhi jamii ya Wajaluo hapa, ndaisoma kwa lugha ya Kimombo. Moses Kuria apologizes to Luo community for Kikuyu political rhetoric. Former Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria, I quote, publicly apologized on behalf of the Kikuyu people and the Mountain Kenya region to Kenya's Luo community for 6 decades of rhetoric portraying Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and Raila Odinga as devils to mobilize support. He called the tactic wrong and urged Luos not to target Uhuru Kenyatta or Kikuyus in return, amid rising tensions like ODM accuses against Uhuru Kenyatta. The apology faced backlash, with critics questioning his authority to speak for Kikuyus and others calling it poorly timed, though a few saw it as a step toward healing ahead of 2027. And he ended up, this is another thing that, yeah, the same thing. This is the same thing that Moses Kuria. Then I will read a few. When you go to Grand Mula, say, you don't have the locals standing to apologize on behalf of a Gikuyu or the Mount Kenya people. When and where did they elect or appoint or authorize you to make the apology, even though the offense you want to apologize for doesn't exist legally or morally? Waziri, vipi wewe? Yeah. Hapo inakuja kwa Robert Alai. This apology would have made sense if it was made while Kikuyus were still president. And you know, I told you something here, and you will have to agree with me about the political elite and the masses. The political elite are different from political masses. The political elite are the people who will ask questions based on what the leader says. Especially, they are very, very, very much concerned about the facts. They don't care about tribe. You cannot whip their emotions when we talk about the political elite. But because they know on how to whip the emotions of the masses, because they know the masses will always listen to what they say, so they will go for the masses. And if you're very careful, what will happen here? It's going to be two factions that are going to fight. You know, I've studied the politics of President William Ruto. And even prior, when Wanga was attacking the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, President William Ruto did not say anything. He was just there smiling, you know, like the way he usually. And that what happened when when Ndindi Nyoro, Rigathi Gachagua, during those times when they were campaigning in central Kenya, when they used to target Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But you know, at the end of the day, when Rigathi Gachagua attacked Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and all, he carried that cross when political season turns, you know. So this idea of now the two communities that are now being brought in, it is one of those things that are going to be the driving narrative of the election that is coming. And I don't know how our voters especially do usually think about this, and how do they navigate, especially when it comes to election. Maybe I don't know who is going next. I've lost my trail of panelists. Please.
Yes, Brother Benson, what I can add
Waiki.
is before Waiki comes, what I can add is Moses Kuria, I cannot trust his genuinity when it comes to say his apologies, because maybe he has been sent by the president so that he can be able to do his bidding. You know, even when he says talking about Uhuru Kenyatta, we know what he has been doing under the ground. And Moses Kuria has just been seen like a mole from the government who is trying to clean up when they do a mess, he's trying to clean it up for them. He has become the boogeyman for the Kenya Kwanza government. And maybe, you know, Ruto is a very clever politician. What he does, he sends people to abuse you or to attack you. Then in the other hand, he sends somebody to quell down the issues. And you can see this mainly you remember when we had the impeachment process of Rigathi Gachagua. We saw the people who he sent, the likes of Akina Ishungwa and the likes of Akina Elijah Korori and the other ones and the other MPs from Mount Kenya, so that they could attack Rigathi completely. But also he sent the likes of Akina Cherargei to say that we are in full support of Rigathi and they need to come together and they can be able to speak. We need to bring they were calling it the dialogue between the president and Rigathi. So when I see Moses Kuria talking, I know he has been sent like the boogeyman to correct this all. And you will also see him talking about Mudavadi. You know, they are always sending somebody to speak, then they send another person to counter. They always first test the waters. There was a guy who was talking about Musalia Mudavadi, and he was disagreeing with what Musalia Mudavadi was saying, and he's in support of Kenya Kwanza government. I don't remember who was. If I remember the name, I'll tell you. Because first you saw Farouk Ibet supporting what Mudavadi had said. Then you saw another Duale. Duale. It was Duale. Sorry, Duale. You saw Duale come in saying, "No, we are not going to. We cannot do this referendum that Mudavadi is saying." So I'm used to these political games by Ruto. They are very. If you cannot know them by inside, you can think that it is something which is being directed, but there is a script which is being played, Brother Benson, and it will continue like that. That's why you saw that even after you had the Ruto told the ODM MPs who are in support of the board based, just go and attack Uhuru Kenyatta, and I will add you some more 2 people so that you can be able to finalize that. And the 2 people were Ishongwa, and then you could see the likes of Farouk who are saying that we are going to take off his retirement package. Then you had them sending the boogeyman, Moses Kuria, because, you know, he's a talkative man, to come and clear the air so that it does not be seen like it is the president who is in direct conflict with the former president. So in his apologies, I have seen Gypsy saying very good things there. That if he was supposed to apologize, he could apologize to Raila Odinga when he was still alive, because of the things that he did to him. You know, Raila stood with Moses Kuria through thick and thin. We know the things that Raila did for him. He even took him to school, and he paid for his tuition. And finally, he came and started abusing Raila in the campaigns so much heatedly. So Moses Kuria is just a boogeyman, Brother Benson. I don't even take so much keen interest. But what I take from him is, you see, when the government needs to do something, Brother Benson, they always send their emissaries. And Musalia Mudavadi is not an emissary for Ruto. Maybe right now he has become one, because, you know, now he's in UDA. You know, before he was in ANC, so he was not being trusted so much to pass the message for Ruto. Right now, I see is when even he's being given the chance to even give his eulogy in some of the barriers. So that's why you see there must be someone who is trying to bring that conflict kidogo, alafu kuna mwingine anakuja kusafisha. Like even when you remember the 2024 finance bill, you are hearing so much of the MP saying we are in support of this, we are in support of the finance bill, but he sent some other people like Akina Gathoni wa Mushomba. You know, Gathoni wa Mushomba is somebody who was trying to confuse the the people from the mountain, from Kiambu, and people saw through all these things and games she was playing, and now she finds it's very hard. You know, even Ishomwa came and clarified and said that they have been friends and they know the work that they are doing. So every politics must have a boogeyman. Kuna ule mtu wa kuja kuongea, alafu kuna ule wa kuja kusafisha. Hata wewe ukitaka kuingia siasa, Brother Benson, saa hizi mimi utaniita kama boogeyman. Mimi najua kusafisha. Alafu uite mtu kama msimamo anachafua, mimi nakuja nasafisha labda. So
Okay, sawa sawa.
That is what I wanted to add. It was not so much, but it's just a small thing. So Moses Kuria, I don't believe in his apologies.
Okay.
It's just
all right. Thank you so much. I hope we've lost Wiki. He was supposed to come next, but seemingly we've lost him. He's not here. Wiki, are you there still? Okay, thank you so much. And let's take a break out of ODM, and let's go back and recap of what happened in Cyrus Jirongo burial. And there was the presence of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And there's something that is very special about Uhuru Kenyatta that I always say that there's no any other politician that usually have it. The connectivity, how he connects with the local, with the crowd, it just come naturally. And I think this was a great message, especially to Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula, especially those who are supporting the government, especially when President Uhuru Kenyatta came, and how he was welcomed by the cheers. So that is something that should really also make them worry as a politician. Another thing also is the issue of the attacks, especially that were taking place, especially the attacks from especially the members of the Mulembe Nation, to an extent whereby people walked out on Mudavadi. What does that one tell you? So that is what we want to look at, and what is going on, especially in Western Kenya, as they also call for the Western Kenya unity. Do you think it can happen whereby all the Westerners come together and have one candidate and maybe put him in the negotiating table? Or Paranya also, sources say that he might be quitting ODM and form a political party so that he can negotiate for the people of Western. Maybe to begin with you, or to begin with Musimamo. Musimamo, what do you take, or what is your stand, especially when you saw the attacks that were going, especially from Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi at the burial of Jirongo yesterday?
Asante. Kwanza nashukuru kwa swali hili. Kwanza kuna hili la upendo kwa wananchi. Kwa nini Uhuru unaongeza kuwa na upendo kwa wananchi? Upendo ambao si wa kubambanya, upendo ambao si wa kulazimisha. Unajua kuna yale makofi mtu anapigiwa kwa sababu kuna wachache kina msimamo wamewekwa hapo kwa ajili hiyo tu. Wewe ukizungumza pumba, ukizungumza lakini kuna ule upendo unakuja naturally kwa watu tu. Umezungumza moja, watu wananyanyuka. Unajua ni kwa sababu gani? Legacy. Despite yote, lakini hakufika viwango ambavyo tupo kwa sasa. Sio wengine bado tunaamini kwamba tuna barabara za lami mpaka leo. Tuna hospitali ya madispensary vijijini. Ni masuala ya Uhuru. So mwendelezo ule ungekuwa umeendelea zaidi hapo, kungekuwa kuna makofi hata zaidi ya Uhuru. Unaona? Lakini kuna hili swala pia umelizungumzia kwamba kwa nini Wetangula na nani. Unajua ndugu yangu, unajua kuficha kubana kikohozi ni ngumu, utakohoa tu. So hawa base kule waliko base ni watumwa na vyama vimemezwa kiupande fulani, na pia yale ambayo yamejiri yamefungamana na hatihati wakati serikali iko pale hajatoa mwongozo wa maana. So nakuta wana alikuwepo jana pale, lakini bumbuwazi hawakuwa na ule uchangamfu, ni kule kujikaza kiume kisabuni tu, lakini ile ishara ya wananchi inaonyesha mahali wapo ni wapi. Na hilo ndio kitu huwa nakichunguza katika hii mikutano, wananchi wako wapi na viongozi wako wapi. Kwa hivyo hili la hawa mabwana wawili kuweza kuzomewa na kuweza kujionea yale yamekuwa pale, inaonyesha wazi kwamba the unity ambayo itakuwa sehemu ile ya Western itakuwa tofauti. So wasipochunga watakuja kujipata mwisho wa siku wametumika kama tishu na bado uongozi kule unaendelea. Kwa sababu nimeangalia yale ambayo ilikuwa inanikanganya pia ya Paranya kidogo. Unaona, so it's like kwamba Western wameamua kuungana kwa kitu kimoja, na kama watadumisha hilo, huyu baba wa Roma na huyu ndugu yangu ambaye amekalia anakula mshahara wetu kinyume na sheria katika position ambayo haipo kikatiba. Unaona, so watakuwa hawana, na pia sasa hivi pia wanaiona ule muhimu, kwa sababu tumeona majibu za comment pindi alipozungumza masuala na referendum. Kama tunakumbuka masuala referendum mama aliyazungumza huyu Mudavadi. Lakini uliona, nimefuatilia comment section kwa wingi, mara nyingi nione views za wengi zinaashiria nini. So mabwana wameonyesha wazi ni wenye kutumwa. Hawako pale kwa minajili ya wananchi, wako pale kwa sababu ya kutekeleza kile ambacho mkubwa wao amewaagiza kufanya. Na ndipo hapo kuna tofauti, unakuta Uhuru anashangiliwa na hao mabwana wanatazama tu. Licha ya utashi ambao ulikuwa umezigaa haswa kwenye kifo cha Jirongo, lakini kuna hilo pia kwamba hawa ni watumaji tu. Na ukitazama haswa sera zao, maneno yao ni yale yale tu ambayo ni ya baba yao kisiasa, kwamba sasa tunaona maendeleo, maana tumejengea stadium, sasa tunaona maendeleo kwa sababu tumejengea affordable house. Hawezi enda beyond ya hapo, na sio matarajio ya mlengo ambayo ni mwananchi. So nakuta watu wakimwona Uhuru wanakumbuka kwamba huyu jamaa bado ana chance ya kuweza kutupeleka mahali, maana mengi alituonya na mengi ameweza kutokea.
Okay. Alright.
Asante.
Nimekusikiza sana. Hebu acha niulize swali ndugu yangu Miguda. Miguda, ukiangalia mapokezi ya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta kule Western, na pia ukiangalia ile shida ile siasa ambayo gavana Wanga alikuwa analeta, ile kumsomea na akamweleza kwamba wewe badala ya kunisomea wewe uza sera kwa wananchi. Unaona? Yeah, you remember like the way he did reply the issue, especially when those who were attacking him on the issue of ODM, and you see the reception and how he really told those who were attacking him. Do you think, does that one build, especially those leaders nationally, when it comes to national politics? Because you feel that if I go for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, this is when I can be heard, and this is how I can build my political career, especially when you talk about Honorable Gladys Wanga, who is a governor for Homa Bay, you know, and going for Uhuru Kenyatta. Do you think that is the best way for the politics of 2027, especially even to find ODM to work with President William Ruto?
Okay, first I just want to say, you understand, first Uhuru Kenyatta, let me give him his flowers while he's still alive, because Uhuru Kenyatta is a bit civilized, and I think maybe it could be influenced by the fact that he was exposed to power at a younger stage and exposed to leadership at a younger stage. So he's someone who's exposed to those things people view out today, that because of power, it has changed your life. Because of power, you are now walking on air or flying on air. So the people, I think, like Uhuru, they are quite good because that exposure at early stages, and even Raila was having that kind of exposure. So these people who are coming yesterday, they tend to view power like it's a end of the world, that there's nothing. So that's how I want to, let me give Uhuru Kenyatta his flowers. So, you know, even the issue of referendum being agitated by Musalia Mudavadi on the mainstream media, you know, that day it was on 25th at night when I was outdoor. Behind me was a television. So when I looked behind, I saw Mudavadi talking about referendum, talking about we are going to election jointly with the referendum. That is not Mudavadi. It is Ruto who is sending Mudavadi, and it is Ruto who is hiding behind Mudavadi. The same way Ruto is hiding behind Wanga, Junet, and Badi to attack Uhuru Kenyatta. Actually, it is Ruto is attacking Uhuru. That's the kind of, that is Ruto for you, actually. That's how Ruto is playing politics. And people are saying, oh, Ruto is smart, he's cunning. No, to me, he's not smart, and he's not cunning, because we are able to read. You know, a cunning person or a smart person, you cannot tell the next move. But for Ruto, we can see, okay, he's the one who sent Wanga, he sent Badi, okay, today he has sent Davadi. Because you ask yourself, who benefits from all these things? It is him. Even the issue of extension of time limit, who benefits? Is the current president. If you extend the time limit, is the person who benefits. So we are able to see all his schemes. So to me, he's never smart. I don't rank him as a smart politician. So when I want to respond to the issue of Uhuru Kenyatta, the way I've said, Uhuru Kenyatta handled it with a lot of maturity and exposure, because Uhuru Kenyatta knew very well. He actually he go further and tell them that instead of making a lot of noise, just he was referring to them that the agenda, the manifesto we are talking to, tell the people, not me. Me, I'm not the agenda manifesto. And he was talking to Ruto, because you know very well it's Ruto and those people. Lastly, you have talked about the Western unity. To me, I just want to be sincere to our panelists and also our viewers. Let us not try to force some. Even Western cannot be united because of the greed and selfishness. People like Mudavadi and Tangula cannot relinquish their position for the sake of unity. They will not leave Sir William Ruto because of the unity. Atwoli, you know those characters. So Western are not going to unite in 2027, even if that's what we want, and that is what we want the country to look like. But it's very unfortunate those guys cannot unite because of the current leaders in their region. People like Wetangula, Mudavadi, Atuoli, who are purported to be the leaders, cannot allow that unity, because when they are disunited, they thrive on that division. Because when they unite behind one leader, they will be displaced. So they will not allow people to be united because they don't want to be displaced in politics. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. And you know, both of you have brought something that is quite much very important, talking about Mudavadi and him suggesting of constitutional reforms. And you know, the same person 7 years ago, when the issue of constitutional reforms and people going for referendum was suggested, he was among the people that opposed that. And as we speak, and I told you always that the politics, especially the politicians, I don't know how sometimes they gauge, especially the voters. You know, Mudavadi was talking about the referendum to change that constitution and all that because of what usually happens after the election. And he knows by himself that he's sitting in an office that is not recognized by law. It is created, it's not in our constitution, which means that is unconstitutional. That is one. You know, you look at when the IEBC came, there were pending issue to do with the boundary review. Nothing has been said about that. Look again, the CDF, the ruling that was made by the courts, you know, those are all the Constitution, what the Constitution say. Remember, our Constitution until today recognized the 2/3 gender rule, and that was even that affected even the Uhuru Muigai administration, whereby Maraga was saying that the parliament should be dissolved. If we are going for constitutional review and few minute things that we can do, we cannot do them, and you know where you are sitting yourself, you know that here we are violating the law, yet you are still saying that. So I think like some of the constitutional reviews, especially when we want to go for this constitutional review, they usually go for positions. They don't go for issues that can benefit mwananchi. Maybe if there are 10 issues that we want to go for constitutional review, maybe 9 of them will be about the political leaders. One out of 10 will be the one for the wananchi. Yes, Msimamo, what do you have to say?
Yani hapa tuna wavunjaji wa katiba tunaona. Tangu lini CS anakuwa na mandate ya kuacha kazi yake ya CS aingie kwa siasa?
Bro, Benson, I think you have passed Joseph. Joseph has been waiting.
Nimeuliza tu hilo swali, mimi ninanyamaza, si kwamba labda nini, kuongezea tu utashi ambao tunaozungumzia na haswa masuala haya ambayo yanafungana na Mudavadi. Tumeshuhudia ma CSS wakiwa mstari wa mbele kuweza kupiga siasa. Jamani, kikatiba ni wapi na wapi? Mnipe hilo jibu kwanza. Alafu tujue nani kikwazo. Ni huyu anayejificha nyuma ambaye hataki kuacha uwayo. Sasa tukikimbilia power, tukifikiria kwamba tuko safe, how are we safe? Kwa hiyo nitaachia hapo kwa sababu nisionekane na kielele na haraka ya goti wakati silo lenye shughuli. Lakini tu hilo tu la katiba, je, tunaye mtu ambaye anajali pale juu? Kwa sababu I do believe kwamba president ndio symbol ya taifa. So kwa kuimplement kwanza ya kuifuata katiba ni yeye, kwa minajili ya wananchi na kwa minajili ya taifa. So ikiwa hapa Mudavadi amezungumza hili mdomo wazi, mdomo mbele, kwa sababu kuna hizo masuala ya maofisi yanatawekwa pale, ni kwa ajili yake yeye alitafutia mwanya, lakini si faida yetu. Lazima tuambiane ukweli, maana ndio nimezungumza hapo. Hizo kelele zote wanapiga na siasa ni kwa ajili yao, si kwa ajili yetu sisi. Lakini tutavurugwa hapa, sisi tufuate huyu, mwingine afuate Msimamo, mwingine afuate Benson, mwingine afuate Miguda, mwingine afuate Joseph, na kila mtu. Hivyo ndivyo anavyotaka. Mwisho wa siku mwenye kugain ni mmoja tu, huyu ambaye ana control judiciary, huyu ambaye ana control parliament, huyu ambaye ana control mawaziri. So huyu ndio wakudili naye.
All right.
Mbona tunajifumba macho? Asante.
Asante sana kakaangu Joseph. Maybe Joseph ukiongelea hiyo mambo ukiweka maneno kidogo katika mambo ya hii constitutional review and constitutional changes, and I want to also, we are going back to the conversation that we had earlier about the political parties, and I will take this angle whereby people are talking about the political parties being swallowed, or we are going back to one party state. And if we are not going back to one party state, but we are going to have what we call regional parties, so that makes it quite much very easy to negotiate, especially when you're forming the government. What is your take on that?
Yes, I have a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
First, let us start with Kenyans, they like to be drawn to things that are being spoken by certain leaders, and we know the kind of mouth that is bringing those things to the fold. One, why don't we have boundaries review, and why don't we have those constituencies that were supposed to be the ones which are supposed to be delimited, and the ones which were supposed to be given? It's because we did not have an IEBC. So whose fault was it that we don't have an IEBC? The first problem was we did not have an IEBC because of the current government. They took so many cases to court, and the IEBC was prevented from being formed. So you're coming to tell us there is no timeline, and you guys were the ones who have forced us to be in this kind of situation. When if you could have won the election, you could have started the process of creating the IEBC, so that you can be able to delimitate these boundaries and form the constituencies and eliminate the ones which are supposed to be removed. Then two, this guy comes and tells us about there is another thing. I'm going to talk about. There is one which was boundaries. There is another one which you have said there, which was about
two-third gender rule.
Yeah, okay, that two-third gender rule. If we are being sincere to ourselves, who has broken the rule of gender rule, of that gender rule? We just had a by-election in Malava. Why did they not field in a woman candidate so that they could show us that they are going to bring a gender rule in parliament? It has been clearly shown that we cannot be able to merge that gap for the gender rule. If we need to do that, it means that we are going to bring people into the parliament who are going to be additional to the taxpayers. We already have 349 members of parliament, comprising of the elected ones and the nominated ones, and the women representatives. So what do they mean by saying gender rule? Do they mean that we are supposed to be having two women represent, or we are supposed to be having two women representatives in every county? In every county, or are we supposed to be having every woman representative in every constituency? Or should we be having a women representative for everything in terms of where they lie in the executive or anywhere? It just cannot be seen. The things that Mudavadi is saying, they are not even relatively being seen in what he's saying, because he's not true and sincere to himself. He comes here and tells us that the elections cannot happen. First of all, that guy is a guy who is sitting in an office which is not mandated to be in. So if I take, when you want to bring referendums always come with the sweeteners. The sweeteners, ile utamu ya juu. And then the things that are hidden, they are the bitters. Zile unasikiaga ni chungu. Zile ziko chungu, ziko ndani zimefichwa. They are being hidden inside. So they are going to come and try and tell you that we are going to bring back the World Fund, World Fund, and we are going to bring in gender rule. We are going to bring in the county delimitations. We are going to bring in all this hula balu. Even they say that the constitution has already taken 15 years? They say it has already taken 15 years. It needs to be changed. How will you tell us about constitution taking 15 years? It needs to be changed. We don't change the constitution because the time of the time period. We change the constitution because it's going to suit the common man. But the things that they are trying to bring is not suiting any common man. I don't hear any person who is saying, Brother Benson, when we are going to add these constituencies, we mean we are going to add MPs in the parliament.
Yes.
When we add MPs into parliament, it means the salary wage is also adding to the taxpayers. Already we are burdened, brother. We are already burdened. We need even a punguza mzigo kind of initiative where we are going to say these MPs should be lowered to what we have 210. These constituencies, there are too many. It's better even those constituencies can be 210, and then those people can be given the kind of funds, the MPs that are being paid, they are given those funds so that they can be able to work efficiently if it is the CDA. But now, this guy who is unconstitutional, he tries to hide his name in Home Affairs CS. That is what he tried to hide his name. He's very unconstitutional. So I think he's trying to make sure that he's anchored into law, that his office is there. One thing that Mudavadi did, he did a very wrong move. He sold his party, and after selling his party to UDA, now he does not have any chance of. If Ruto is going to chase him right now, what can he do? He cannot do anything. Nowhere he can go because he is unconstitutional, as we know. If Ruto says that office is unconstitutional, he will go home like yesterday. So I think the sweeteners that are always given, BBI was, some of the things they were saying were good, but some of them, and they are the same kind of people who fought BBI. They are the ones who fought this BBI. So they are bringing it back to us. So what does that mean about our politicians? They are never true. They are very dishonest in everything they say. You will hear him saying that this project is not good. But when you enter to government, this guy, I'm used to him when he came and said that mimi kazi yangu si kutafuta cheo, si vyeo, kazi yangu ni kutafutia Wakenya vile tutaweza kusonga mbele. But you hear him is the one who is making unconstitutional. Brother, I even get tired because you are hearing that this guy has more than 25 advisors. He has 25 advisors. And then he also has cabinet secretaries, more than 24. About 24, how many? And he also has PSs. We have a bloated executive. We have a bloated parliament. Now the only thing that is remaining is the judiciary. And I know if Ruto wants these things to happen, what he does, he's going even to bloat the judiciary. And judiciary, what is done, judiciary wanaambiago sisi hatujakuwa tukiwapatia funds enough. So kama mnataka hizi vitu zipite, wacha tuongezee ile fund yenu na tuongezee mpaka gari mbili. Even they added even chase cars mbili. They are given even the I saw this government, they like to walk in facade. If you saw the Jamhuri Day celebrations, they were going with vehicles which were the Mercedes-Benz S530. If you look at that car, the kind of amount it is costing the taxpayers, and the kind of fuel. And even I was shocked that even the chasers, you see the police chasers that they are using nowadays, they have police chasers which are Mercedes-Benz S530. Is S580 or 30? It's very shocking to me, Brother Benson. If you look, these things, you cannot know them inwards. You can only look to them deep. And I'm telling you, we have been brought those softened things and the sweet things as they put the ones they want behind. Like even that one for the term limit. Utasikia wakisema hakuna term limit wanataka. President hata anahitaji term limit za nini. But it has been put there inside. But let me tell you, Brother Benson, the person we are talking about right now, by one William Ruto, he was not in support of this constitution. Just remember that.
Yeah.
So this constitution, he sees it as a mess for himself. And that's why he did not even support it in 2010. So already we have a person in office who never appreciated this constitution and wants to change the constitution. What do you think he's going to do? Ni kama mi Brother Benson nakushinda nikwambia hapa, hey Brother Benson, mimi ni rafiki yako, but behind the scene naongea mambo mengine ambayo hukuhusu. It's the same thing that he's doing. So let's be really realistic. This guy already, they know they have already messed the country. And if they have messed the country, the one thing that you have messed the country, you start talking about things even are not there. You start talking about referendum when already we have seen things are not working, like the hospitals. SHA is not working completely. Is working, even you don't understand it. It is working. It is not working. Education system. Yesterday we were tulikuwa tunabishana hapa na Leo, and then I went through some clips na nasikia pia school fees inaongezewa. So you find these things when you know you are messing up the country. You try to bring things, and Ruto is a person who brings these things up. He knew that asitakuja kuambia kuhusu bottom up, nitakuja kuniuliza hizo maswali 2027. Wacha nianze kuelekea kizungu ingine inaitagwa Singapore. Nikimaliza kuelekea kizungu inaitagwa Singapore, acha sasa niwachanganye zaidi, niwekee referendum. Na nikiwekea referendum ama hapo mtakuwa mmechanganyikiwa. Sitasikia mkisema ati even Musalia Mudavadi is a very funny character. He was the one who was talking about bottom up. Na kusema ni kama kuinamisha chupa. You remember when he was saying ni kama kuinamisha chupa na kugonga, ati kazi yake ni kugonga bottoms. So this guy is not even a serious guy. And he was genuine with himself. They need to tackle the issue. Who made us not to reach where we are? He's talking about timelines. Who made the timelines not possible? They are the ones. They should not blame anybody. So let us take it head on. We are going for elections. He does not give us that nonsense that Yakuna elections. Who told him? He's also unconstitutional. He should even shut up. He should stay in his office. Akule ile mshahara, ile serikali itakuja, itamuitisha hiyo pesa arudishe. Kwa sababu umekula mshahara wa watu ambao ni is an illegal office. Is an illegal public office.
Okay, so Joseph, thank you so much. And Miguda, do you have something to say?
No. Just wish our people happy New Year and see you next time.
Okay, tomorrow we'll be here. We'll be starting a program here tomorrow for New Year, and something that Goodyear raised with me is about our guest. There's something that is usually I tend to get like majority of the guests, but where the problem comes, I don't know. When you are talking to them, you have a very good conversation. I'll be there, and you create the link, and you share everything. Okay, this is what we are going. Like there are two kind of gets. There are those who like structured questions, and those who unstructured. Say that okay, and the limitation on where should. But like when on the material day nimekwama kwa jam ama ni hivi, so inakuwa ni changamoto sana, especially with the online hosting podcast, especially with the guest. Sometimes it's quite it was a big challenge, but we are working on it. And even there's somebody who is very, very vocal, a lady who is very, very vocal. We had a conversation, and I said that this one I'm not going to post. I will just do it a bit immediately when we are just ready. But along the way, in the material day, things did not happen the way they should happen. But all in all, those are the challenges that we find. But we will still keep on inviting so many guests to come so that we can have conversation. And for 2025, it was a good one. At least we've done a good job. Joseph, we have Joseph, we have Barack, who I know will be coming back next year. That is tomorrow. He might be coming back because I think now he's very done with what he was doing. We have Musmamo too, Miguda too. We have like we have Nyawira. I don't know whether you remember that lady who used to be here with us. She's called Nyawira. We have Kiplimo Senator. So all this, they will be coming next year. So I hope and I believe that next year of 2026 will be a very good year for us. For all our viewers, let me take this opportunity to wish you well. To wish you well in whatever that you're doing. And for Gypsy Corner too, we want to thank you so much for the support you've always given us this year. It is unmatched, and we pray for God to bless you for the year 2026. Shaima too, thank you so much. Everybody, I'm also seeing, let me go through. I'm also seeing Nyamu KM also, thank you so much. And everyone, Judith, and everyone who has always been with us here. This is Brother Benson, and we only just request for your support. If you're watching us for the very first time in this channel, just subscribe to our channel so that when we are having this conversation, the YouTube will notify you, and you can also be part of the conversation. You can come and be one of the panelists, and also you can be on the comment section and share your idea. That is the what I can say. Maybe Joseph, in brief, if you have something to say.
Yes, I wanted to ask you to give me some moments to also appreciate the people we have been with. It has been a journey, 2025, and
Yeah.
it's almost like 3 hours or 2 hours so that we close 2025. I want to appreciate everyone, and more so God, because He has given us the health, and we have been okay, and we have been able to come to hear our views. And thank you to all the people who have been listening to us and correcting us also from there down in the comments. Gypsy, Nyamu, Renegade. Brenda, you forgot Brenda Obedi.
Oh, yes.
So many people who come to listen to us. We have even Father Dan, and we want to appreciate them for taking their time. It's not easy for somebody to take their time to come and listen and also make their comments here in the panelists. I want to thank Miguda, Marco Bura, Barak. We have Eric Kayaga.
Yes.
Yesterday we had Leo, we have Musimamo, and you, Brother Benson, for being our good host for the year. I think you should receive the award for the best host of the year. And I wish everybody a new year and a prosperous new year. I think this year's theme is we need to change from what we have been in 2025. Yeah. So
right.
Thank you. And one thing, Brother Benson, I know the guest, also me, I've been trying to talk to my guy there. You know, I have told you I'll try to invite him.
Yeah.
But I think at the ground, nimeona kwa ground sana.
And another thing with the guest is another thing that they fear so much, what they say, you know.
Because it might backfire on them. They might come and say something here, then somebody is checking something. You know, that guy is from my constituency, so. But he's trending very well. I hope the best for him in 2027. I think this year we are going to start. I think even they have started us on a higher note. Nadhani siasa zimeanza kuwaka moto as we are starting the new year. So we will have a very interesting year next year. So happy new year, Brother Ben.
You too, and happy new year to all of us, and may God keep on blessing you. And I pray that God blessing should be with you till next year, that is tomorrow. So we start good year with good things and good friendship. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. This is Brother Benson Media.